popular around this country, still, even within the Republican Party, even though we do not have that control, and we don't write the platform. Believe me, there are a lot of fellow travelers who want to hear this message, and they're not holding us back. It's really been an exciting year and a half, not only for me, but for all of us. There's been so many new people join, so many other people who have been sort of complacent, sitting there waiting and watching and not realizing that there were other fellow travelers out there willing to stand up and speak out on these issues. And I think that has been what has happened. I didn't create the revolution. I didn't invent these ideas. I had a role, I believe, in getting people energized and coming out. I might have speeded things up a little bit, but it's people like you who wanted it, knew about it, were willing to join and willing to study. That's where the real revolution is. But to me, one of the biggest surprises has been the momentum that has been built. Organizations like this have sprung up around the country. And the number of people who have started running for office. Anybody in here running for an office? Yes, there's no reason to believe that we don't even know what the results will be, even this year, in this short period of time, of how many individuals might win in city council and state rep races around the country. It's going to happen. If it's a true revolution, it will not be limited to one state or one party or anything. It will be pervasive. And they are starved for a message because we're having so many problems. We're now witnessing the bankruptcy of a lot of bad ideas that have been floating around, whether it's Keynesian economics, socialism, foreign policy has been so dangerous. It's all bankrupt, literally so and intellectually so. There's a vacuum out there, and we are going to capture it because we do have the answers for all the problems that we have. We are very much aware of that old saying that armies can't stop an idea whose time has come, and our ideas have come. Government and those in charge of the political parties and those who are in charge of the status quo can't stop a revolution that is roaring down the road. And that's what's happening. But in this past year, it has been really delightful in several areas. One, the tremendous response from the young people. Yeah. Because I think it's so great because they join us, not with their hands out begging and pleading to take care of themselves, but begging and pleading to allow them to take care of themselves on their own. The other thing that we learned during this campaign that really has pleased me, I don't know, a few of you probably watched the debates now and then that went on. And there were a few times that, weren't the best moments of my life. Especially if we were in a very conservative Christian community and the subject of the war came up and I defended our position on the war and literally get booed and hissed as if, you're un-American and unpatriotic and un-Christian in order to take a position like, let's not start these wars. We're not supposed to start wars. Polling that did some measurement of donations that came out that was very pleasing to me. That was sort of, we won in the end. It was in the first quarter of this year. They measured the donations from the active military personnel. That was pretty good because it was the views that we hold with our strong national defense, but using it only when we need it and to mind our own business. From active military personnel than all the others put together, including the Democrats. I'm sure you have been on the receiving end when you defend our position, that you say, oh yeah, you don't care about the troops. That is the whole purpose of what they do, especially in Washington, is they're always talking about passing a resolution that endorses the policies, endorse all the mistakes. If you don't vote for it, it means you didn't defend it and you don't support the troops. But that's coming to an end. There's a limit to how long you can fool the people. And right now, the growing number of people have become very skeptical of government. The other magnificent thing that happened in these last 18 months in campaigning was the interest expressed in an issue that I've been working on a long time and didn't know anybody cared or understood, but I was delighted with your response, and that has to do with getting rid of the Federal Reserve System. Very impressive. And yet nobody in Washington knows that you even exist. But they will. Because, you know, that has been one of the nice consequences of the campaign, is that now it is a lot more legitimate debating and talking about the Federal Reserve. I do get more invitations from the more conventional media to talk about it, because we've had this, you know, first a NASDAQ bubble collapse, and now we have the bursting of the housing bubble. And even though the government still hasn't admitted there's a recession, it still claims there are no economic problems going on, all Americans know we're in deep trouble. We have a lot of inflation, the economy is going down, and most people are poorer now than they were 10 years ago, and the people know there's something wrong, and they're paying attention, and they know that it's too much government, too much spending, too much debt, too much interference in our personal liberty, too much running the pretense that we can run the world. So they're looking for the answers, and the answers can be found in what we believe in and the Constitution as limited government and personal liberty, a moral society where we take care of ourselves and self-reliance and take, you know, self-dependence. I mean, this is what made America great. And this whole idea that we are not humanitarians and that we don't care about other people. Well, you know, the Soviets built their system on caring about other people and making sure everybody could eat and drink and live. And look at what happened. But that is, in a subtle ways, happening us today, because poor people are having a tougher time and there are more poor people. How did the country get wealthy? Because we emphasize personal liberty. That's how it happens. Listen. So, I've been asked quite frequently, what do I expect to come out of this three-day rally? One day, when it was started, it was one day, and then all of a sudden the staff say, hey, we need more time. Now it's 2 days, now it's 3 days. But what I expect to have come out of this is that the Campaign for Liberty will get another great boost, and that we will continue this momentum. People were very frightened that when the presidential campaign ended, that the momentum would quit and we'd all walk away and disappear. But you know, and we can't even take the credit from our office and from me. It's because you have heard the message, you know the message, and organizations like yours are growing and being energetic. So the momentum is going to continue. We will send a message. We will fill the vacuum out there, and we will make a difference. And thank you very much for being part of it.